you go to the Costa Rican jungle, you're still getting In-Betweeners quotes.
I know, innit? It was like a bubble. It was surreal. But and also we were fighting for our lives.
Comedy is full of incredibly frail kind of mental.
I think you three could be a little pop thing. Have you tried singing together? Tried your harmonies?
We did a talent show.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah.
There was I didn't sing in that, but I know
None of
that,
us sang.
No, we didn't.
Oh no, Una sang.
Una sang.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. We did improvisation.
We did. Actually.
We did a bit of singing together actually, like when we've had music.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
Was it weird singing in front of a Spice Girl, or is that just normal now?
I mean,
She was very judgmental, you know. Yeah.
I will say the level of dancing was like too high for my liking. Like there was one night where we all danced and like these were all these professional like musicians. You were like,
you got some hips.
Like it was
It
was
I've been known
like
to dabble.
yeah, it was a mixture of people who were like just really good at dancing, and then in some cases literally professional dancers, and then just like me. I was like,
Although Big Z said that you were the best bit about the whole show.
oh, that's
FYI,
really,
yeah.
oh, that's nice.
Because he just kept saying in between his lines the whole time. Was he really annoying because of that?
No, I mean it was quite good. I mean I had a lot of credit with Zoo because of being in the In-Betweeners, but I mean things like
Yeah, a lot of chips.
but like, it's not really. It wasn't really like Time of In-Betweeners is not a good companion to have with you in like what is a sort of semi-military situation. So I don't know whether he's kind of thought it through, but
Yeah, he said that he was just the whole time just repeating lines, bus wanker, all of it.
yeah. No, it's amazing.
He was.
It was a lot of that.
No, I was telling him to like calm down.
Yeah.
Because Joe's like so polite, like it's like after
I like
a while,
that
it's
even if
like,
you go to the Costa Rican jungle, you're still getting In-Betweeners quotes.
I know, innit?
Shout at you.
In the bear pit, like in the bear pit, like, oh,
like Carly. Huh?
oh no.
Oh,
Yeah, he did tell me about that as well.
Yeah.
But also, how lucky are you that you ended up, right, in the middle of nowhere with a blooming chef?
I know.
It was ideal.
Who's got his cookbook?
I don't think we actually understand how lucky we were. It would have been shambles.
Really?
Because
Yeah.
nah. Imagine Lottie on the ones on
Me
TV.
hangry, babe. You don't
I
want to
bet
see
you're
that.
good at beans on toast.
I mean, barely even that, my love. Honestly, I'll probably burn that still.
He said his biggest regret from the show was you guys cooked one night.
Oh, what
Did
that?
we?
That was as in his regret was that we didn't cook more.
should never have
Oh,
done
we should
it.
never have cooked. Okay, yeah, okay.
No, because I
okay.
think he did end up then doing it every night, because it wasn't meant to be him every night. It was just that ended up being him every night.
I love it.
Starving.
And when you saw this poster, when you signed up for it, you were like, what?
Yeah.
I've got the first 15-year-old Wimbledon winner.
Yeah.
I've got the woman that invented girl power.
Yeah.
I've got the incredible champion dancer.
Yeah.
And then you three, obviously.
Yeah.
And what a lineup. Were
Yeah,
you just
no.
like, what is going on?
Yeah, it was. I did think.
Big mix of people, but it actually worked really well. We
Yeah.
all got along really well, to be honest. So
Yeah.
we're lucky in that, I think.
Yeah, and I think you're going to help a lot of people, guys, watching this, because you're all opened up really naturally, and I can't tell you what it meant to see you vulnerable. And I think
Yeah.
we'll see you on your shows and see you
Oh,
on your
we'll
social
be,
media. And it's
Yeah.
so nice to see a normal side. How do you feel like it was that bit Truman Show? That's what Danny was saying. The cameras are there, and he felt it was really difficult.
It was Hunger Games Truman Show. It was like a bubble. It was surreal. But and also we were fighting for our lives, on a daily basis. And then it was hot. And we were
Yeah,
sweaty.
forget about the cameras, though.
Yeah, forget about cameras after a while, but then you're trying to be good, but then you realise like I can't make a fire.
And I think part of being good at the challenges is like not to be really pretentious, but it is partly about like recognizing your own vulnerabilities and like trying to kind of address them a bit. So, and you are in there for a long time.
I think like leaning on other people, you kind of learn
Yeah.
in there, like you don't have to take it all on yourself. Like
Yeah,
there are like
yeah.
especially in the challenges, like we had to kind of like learn that like right, this challenge isn't going to work if I just do it myself. Because I think at the beginning, I think we all kind of tried to just do it ourselves, and then
Yeah.
at the end we realized like actually you have to work together, otherwise you can't do any of the challenges. So like I think for a lot of us, you kind of just want to like get it done yourself, and you're like, I know how to do it best.
Yeah.
But then you realize like actually these other people in my team actually are really good at this and really good at this.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
And knowing your strengths, because I
Yeah.
had to know mine because I didn't have any.
I saw you in race across the world. You got some strength.
I mean, and then everyone else is good at stuff.
And I think it's really interesting that, you know, you're a comedian, Joe, and you make everyone laugh, but you were really honest and open about anxiety, talking to a therapist, missing your family.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people are going to expect that. I think
No.
it's amazing.
Oh my goodness! I mean, comedy is full of incredibly frail kind of mental friends of mine. I mean, like a comedy to me is all about vulnerability. Really, I think it's the it is. I mean, there's something about there's a connection between vulnerability and authenticity, and there's a connection between authenticity and being funny, and I think that it's all kind of part of the same thing. But yeah, it was difficult being away from my family. Like I speak to my partner Hannah like every day. I mean, I sometimes think her job is basically to like sort of like listen to my neurotic monologues, and it's not a job she's necessarily entirely. So she didn't necessarily know that was the gig, but and it's not the only part of the gig.
So,
but it's
a free gig.
But it's a free gig. Yeah, it's a free gig for no money.
Paid for this.
It's every day. There's no money. It's quite hard. But yeah, like you do have to. You have to sort of self-therapize to a certain extent, and actually that is like. It's quite challenging, just because of the length of time you're in there for, and not being able to be in connection with the people who support you on the outside. I did find that difficult.
Do you feel stronger now you've done that?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I did some chin-ups.
And Lottie, you were really honest about it as well. And I loved. It sounds awful, but I loved the moment that you just kind of just let yourself go, and everyone around the table was like, "We've been there, we get it." Danny,
no, it was
Danny
really
was
nice to have everyone like rally around me, and I think I'm a person like I've always been like this, where I'm very like my dad in that I was just like, I've always been like, oh, I'm fine. Like, you know, I don't want to come across as like weak or, you know, like being like a pity party, like, you know, and then I just kind of think like the more vulnerable I've gotten, the more I've become like actually stronger as a person. And this definitely, like I came out of this and I've definitely changed a lot since coming out of this. I think it's taught me a lot. So yeah, I'm very thankful for Netflix and everyone. So.
Bear Grylls changed my life. Maybe next book.
Oh my God, yeah.
Takes a lot
Credit to Bear Grylls.
Forward by Bear Grylls.
But I think also just the people inside.
Yeah.
You guys also helped me, you know.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
It's so, you're feeling good now. You're all right.
Really good, yeah.
I'm so pleased. You look amazing. And you said about Bear Grylls, I can't see that. Is he just like hard man all the time? Because I feel like he's just a machine.
He's got a sort of.
He's sarcastic as well.
Is he?
No.
He's
nice,
got different
lovely.
modes. After the first challenge, he was like, you guys were all awful. Like
We was, though.
We were.
Yeah, we
We
were,
were walking around. We were walking around, just talking really loudly, just in the open, not really making any attempt to hide or.
I set off every single trip.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Set up every single one. And I was like, acting like I was gonna like boss it.
And you weren't even given a prize for that. I mean, you got every one.
Yeah.
And you're given no credit.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know? It's unbelievable.
Still waiting for it.
Yeah.
I think he wanted
know.
to challenge all of us, though. I think that was like the main thing for him.
Yeah.
I think he didn't want us to come in and like a lot of us came in, I think, thinking like, oh, you know, like Kola was saying, like, oh, I've got this. Like, this will be all right. Like, you know, I get this. And I think he wanted us to all feel like, actually, you're going to be pushed. And
Yeah,
we
Lawrence
all
throwing
were.
the bow, and I thought he was dead.
Oh,
my God.
yeah.
Lawrence,
he was a shocker.
I mean,
Yeah,
he
that's
was.
it.
That man is.
I was there.
been-
I was there in the
been
middle
through
of the ocean.
He had the challenge with
Lucky I
him,
didn't have my
so-
phone.
Yeah.
Lawrence, yeah.
Hey!
I mean, the guy did sundials. He's
Yeah,
gonna have a new
yeah.
sponsorship there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Getting his own.
Oh,
Well, it
Sun-
was sundials, so probably not.
Yeah, what?
Did not work.
They said it worked perfectly.
No!
He
it
would
did
say
not
that.
work.
Yeah, he would say that though. Yeah, when he left, yeah, we was just saying the time wrong the whole time with it.
I love that. And who individually did you learn something from? Because I have to say, Boris,
Yeah.
reading
Boris, 100%.
fairy tales in German.
Oh, I
makes
think that
you
was
fall
my.
asleep.
Yeah, I think that was actually of the episodes I've seen. That was my favourite bit. I was like, this is just profound. This is beautiful.
Mel
Like,
says she
but-
did it because she knew it'd be really boring, so they're going to ask for an audiobook to help them in sleep in future.
I mean, honestly, Boris Becker audiobook of him doing the German fairy tales he told his children. I mean, that's beautiful.
The Calm app needs
beautiful
that
stuff.
on the-
I mean, it was extraordinary. It was just like.
I learned a lot from Boris, actually. Boris was
Yeah.
great. He was like a therapist to all of us. He would always come in with this like sultry piece of advice, like, you know, if you don't let anything bother you, and everyone would
Yeah.
sit around listening like little kids. He'd be like, if you don't let that bother you, then these things can happen, and we'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Any tennis?
There was
Pickleball?
no. There was no.
No.
There was dancing though. Like
Yes.
Shirley taught me. I think it was the first bit of dancing coaching I ever had. Very basic.
Strictly Next?
I think. I mean, I wouldn't place very highly.
That's what we love on Strictly, though, isn't
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to be one of the ones who is a kind of audience favourite because they're so bad, which is available. That is a berth that's available. I know the show.
The good ones. If you're too good, like nah.
Yeah, that's why you're not going on it.
If you're a bit rubbish.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fair, would it?
I love it. And so you would say you're glad you did it. You learnt a lot, and
yeah.
you're stronger now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I genuinely think I did. I can legitimately say I did learn some stuff about myself. Like I really did sort of become. I think there was a level of and a little bit of self-sufficiency, a bit of emotional self-sufficiency. I think I came away with that maybe wasn't there before.
Booking some camping trips for the family.
Big time. Yeah.
I legit thought I was going to come out and do like loads of these activities, and I was like, actually,
Right back to the same old stuff.
No, just constantly on my phone now. Just like that's got
Double
much
down,
worse.
like, I've got 2 phones now.
Were you actually scared for your life at one point though? Because I just felt I don't know how you guys did it. Unless I'm seeing something, I just don't know how you did it.
I mean, because in all the challenges they say to you, like, if anything happens, like, you can. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was an abseiling kind of challenge where we're like hanging off a cliff, and like, obviously, if something goes wrong, like, it goes wrong.
Also,
Do you
it's
know what I
great
mean?
press. Lottie Moss eaten by lion.
Do you know
Yeah,
what, babe?
yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
if I was gonna go, I would rather go in a TV show like this.
Yeah,
do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like, I would have rather gone on Netflix for everyone to see.
What a way to
That
go.
would be iconic. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Eaten by nurse shark.
And I also feel now, if you ever have any ailments, you can blame it on like a crocodile. Or I
Yeah.
told Steph to blame her arm on, bear biting her. But you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.